Today's episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. They also have this quiz online that you can take to see which glasses are right for you. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try on at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy them. They ship free and include a prepaid return shipping label. So try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/out. Today's sponsor is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Searching for a counselor can be hard, but BetterHelp makes it easy. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. You can find the particular expertise you need online, and you don't have to limit yourself to counselors located near you. After you sign up, you can start communicating in under 48 hours. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. And join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/outspoken. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 51 of Outspoken. It's almost the holidays. Happy early holidays. I'm going to say it again and again before the holiday comes. So, happy holidays. Today we have, we have a couple of things actually. So there's this guy who is a comedian, I guess, and hold on. I wanted to fix my mic. He is just fucking terrible at comedy, so I have to show it to you. He does like this whole anti-masker or anti-vaccine skit. It's just terrible, and it's it's really ridiculous. I want to talk about him, and then I wanted to briefly you know what, I'm not even going to tell you. You can wait until after the comedy bit. Because I don't want to give it away, because I just talked about this in one of my other podcast episodes, but I just wanted to mention it again briefly because it's annoying. And then I want to show you this one TikTok that I forgot to put in my video because it was really funny. Just a couple little fun things after the first 2 segments. And then we have LGBTQ stories. And the last few episodes, I forgot to do my college complaint of the day, so I'm going to do that today because I do have a good complaint. So this morning I went to the doctor. I went to go get my blood taken, and they're always really nice and sweet, and everyone's usually just a really nice person. So I go and I get my blood taken. But the lady was already kind of like, you know when you go out and just somebody's mad and you have to deal with them, whether it's a customer or whether it's a staff person, they're like mad and rude to you for no reason. It's one of my biggest pet peeves because I'm always very kind. Even if my world is falling apart, I will still smile and say thank you. To me, it's easy. That's what I do. Anyways, go into the blood place to go. Trigger warning, I'm going to say the word blood, if that skeeves you out. I already said it, so kind of a late of a trigger warning. Anyways, I go and I sit down, and I was like, could you use the small needle? Just because, like, they always like to use the really big ones on me because I have huge, giant, manly veins, okay? And so, like, they could just use the bigger one on me, whatever. It's quicker, whatever, but it always bruises, and it just grosses me out, kind of. I don't like thick needles. I've dealt with a lot of needles in my life being a trans man, and to this day it just skeeves me out. It something about needles, it just grosses me out. It's gross. So the small one, you can't feel as much, right? So I always ask that, and I was like, yeah, like, whatever, it's cool, whatever. And she looks at me with a straight face and she goes, I'll look at your veins first. And I was like, okay. Because I'm a pretty, like, fun and nice person in person. I'm friendly. I have a nice, sweet tone, boosting my ego a little bit. But then after I said okay, she was like, and by the way, that's for kids. And I was like, I didn't say anything because she said it in a passive aggressive tone. I was like, I don't care. I'm a fucking kid. I don't care. You just pretend I'm a kid. Like, what are you talking about? And then I go, oh, that's funny. She didn't laugh, nothing. I couldn't get a smile out of this woman. I don't know. I mean, like, if you're having a bad day, it's cool, whatever, but you don't have to be so, like, passive aggressive and rude. It was just really, when people just have that energy that you can tell that they're, like, super not in a good mood. It's just like, you don't have to. It's just, I'm literally in there for 3 minutes tops. You could have said it in a nicer tone. I don't know, man. Something about people when they act like that, it bothers me because I'm kind regardless of the situation. But I guess not everybody can be me, right? Sorry, sounds a little a little egocentrical. Anyways, there's this comedian and his name is Jim Brewer. Yeah, so his name's Jim Brewer and he did this bit. He did a couple of different. I'm gonna show him to you. Anyways, originally found this on a tweet, and the tweet said, because I guess he's conservative or whatever, and it says, "The right is starting to get better at comedy, and it's making lefties nervous," which was a serious tweet, by the way, and I'm going to show you the clip. This is what makes conservatives funnier than little big baby liberals, okay?
You know what a cockatoo is? A cockatoo... And that's what everyone's become.
So if you're just listening in, you can't see video or anything. He's just like walking around pretending to be a cockatoo. By the way, cockatoos don't even sound like that from this bird enthusiast, okay? Fucking terrible impression of a cockatoo. And he just looks ridiculous. I just thought I should point that out. Just here's the rest of it though.
Little cockatoos staring at the screen.
Facts and figures, facts and figures. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I would like to... Sometimes I don't know if I can say certain things online, so I didn't mean to stop my sentence, but it stopped my brain. Maybe it was just somebody signaling my brain, but I'll be a little nicer. I'd like to flick this guy in the face. Shit is fucking annoying. The clip's still not done. I'm sorry. Here you go.
Specialist, numbers going up. 1 mask, 2 masks, fascinated,
So, my biggest concern, and the clip is over, I cannot believe how hard the people were laughing at that. Basically, what he's doing is mocking people who believe in the vaccines and who believe in masks and who believe in, the fucking virus that has been going around for the past 2 years. Are we going on 3 years? I've lost track of time. I still think we're in 2019, but anyways, he's used this bit a couple times, and I'm going to show it to you again a little bit later because it's a little bit different, has some more substance to it. But the thing is, like, I just don't know why he's mocking people for believing in the facts and the science, and it is so funny to me that he's mocking that because he is the type of person who will look at a transgender person and say, look at the facts and look at the science. Because they always say that to us. They always say that. And it's funny because the facts and the science backs us up. Every time, too. As well as biology. So that doesn't even fucking make any sense. They just don't like to listen. But I found that point really, really funny because they always say, look at the facts, look at the science, like fucking Ben Shapiro says. Now that there are facts and science available to them about this virus, they don't care. They care more about the Facebook moms who are posting that there's fetuses in the vaccine. That's their research. That's their really good research. You know what I'm saying? Here's another bit that's about gender.
Now people, the gender thing, oh my God. Just the start of that horrifies me. You gotta think about that. You can't let kids do that, man. Imagine going from like a boy to a girl, right? You're like, I think I want to be a girl. And we might all have that thought. We might have. Well, we didn't commit. We had people around us going, "Oh, you definitely should do that. You definitely take your dick off, you take hormones, and change your whole structure system. Don't worry, you might not get cancer. You change your hormones. That don't happen."
I'm sorry. This guy's stand-up is fucking terrible, and he has a popular fan base. I don't know. That is a fucking terrible skit. How does anybody like swallow that and ingest it and like think that it's good comedy? Because I like stand-up comedy, and this is fucking this is bad. If I paid to watch this show, I'd piss on the stage. That would be funnier than this whole 4-minute bit. Today's episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So don't let your FSA or HSA dollars go to waste. Put them to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Their glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. They also have this quiz online that you can take to see which glasses are right for you. So for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to somebody in need. Almost 1 billion people in the world lack access to glasses. This means that 15% of the global population cannot effectively learn or work, which is crazy because glasses were invented 700 years ago. Warby Parker partners with nonprofits like Vision Spring to ensure that every pair of glasses sold, a pair is distributed to someone in need. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try on at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy them. They ship free and include a prepaid return shipping label. So try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/out.
And I feel bad because if you cut off, all right, let's say you cut it off. Okay, this is more comfortable. Let me take my hormones. This is safe. Thank you, science. And then...
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that? If he can make sound effects on stage successfully and do stand-up, I'm gonna do stand-up, and I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna go into the mic, and I'm gonna say pee pee poo poo. Will that make people fucking laugh? This is essentially what he's saying. I mean, it's in kind of different wording, but to me, all I hear is pee pee poo poo, pee pee poo poo. It's just the same thing over and over again. I can't do it with these people. It's always jokes about trans women. It's never, ever, ever, ever jokes about trans men. Maybe 1 in 100 million. Maybe 1 in 100 million. But it's always about trans women. And they always say the same thing. Cut the dick off. That's not what happens, my guy. Like, you're... It's so dumb because that itself is a joke to them. I feel like you've got to have a very small brain to think that they cut it off. That doesn't even make any sense.
You're confident about that decision until you're like, yeah, man, I feel much better being a woman. I'm glad I cut my weenie off. And then you're at a concert, it's muddy, and you got to go in a porta potty. That's when you wish you kept it. That's the one time you go, oh my God, I never thought of this. Flies in there, it's blue gook and puke and just... That's when you wish you had a donkey and I would just piss right on the urinal. Oh, why couldn't I have been a transvestite? I should have waited. I could dress up whenever I want and take it off. Damn it.
There's a million ways you can make trans jokes that are not that way. And I'm speechless. I don't have any words. I just think it's trash fucking stand up. But, no, these people have no real grasp of what it means to be trans at all. And they never will. They just think it is dress up. They think it's a fun little game that we play because we are fucking insane. That was his little transgender bit, and I had faith in this guy that he would have a bad transgender bit because of his stance on the virus. So this is the last bit that I will show you, similar to the one that we just watched, but listen up.
Everyone that wants to talk to you about facts and science. No, these are the facts. And that's all I see when they talk like that. No, this is real. It's the facts because I researched it.
I don't hear a coherent sentence, and I think that ruins part of your skit. Like, why are you withering off at the end of the words and mumbling? I'm sorry. I'll continue.
There's like little parakeets just waiting for the news to come on, walking in. And then the news comes on.
Dr. Fauci's on! Dr. Fauci's 2 masks, 3 masks, 3 masks, 2 masks. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. Wear the mask. Numbers are going up.
No, genuinely, what is funny about that? Like, what the fuck is funny about that? Yes, you should trust the facts and the science. Like, what do you mean? I don't know I just don't know what goes on in your brain when you're seeing numbers and you're saying, well, that's fake because it's fake. I don't even know what conspiracy theories these people come up with. But this is a real thing that we're living in. I think a lot of people know somebody who has got it or know a friend of a friend. I know so many people personally who have gotten it. And it's like, it's not a funny thing. Oh, shit. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Sheila called me. I guess we'll continue the clip.
Trust the science. Okay. Okay. If that's what makes you feel smarter. It's mind terrorism. So stupid, man.
This guy is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's still there's still 3 minutes of this stuff. Why wouldn't you trust science? What are you trusting then? What are you believing in then? Like a fucking fairy tale? Like, is this fucking Shrek? Wow, I don't know how this guy got anywhere with a brain like that.
2 years ago, this 2 years is gonna be a play. It's not stupid. 6 foot safe, 5 foot danger. 6 foot safe, 5 foot danger. Next year on Broadway.
6 foot safe. Step back in social distance.
6 foot safe.
5 foot danger.
Here come the terrorizers coming to breathe on you.
I mean, I guess this is like, if you wanted to make, this would probably convince people like this guy to trust the facts and the science. If you sing it like they're toddlers because they act like they're toddlers, maybe you'll get a point across. Maybe they won't cry about it anymore that they have to social distance. You know, maybe they won't be such big babies about it. So we might be onto something here. I'll hear him out.
Selfish human being doesn't care about others. Grandma killer.
Yeah, I mean, people who are older and people who have immune systems that aren't as good as others are going to be weaker against the virus that attacks your system. I mean, that just totally makes sense. So, I mean, what you are saying is true. It would kill grandmas. And you are selfish because you don't care about other people's grandmas. And you care about every single life until it's time to wear a mask, which I think is very ironic. But, I mean, to each their own, I fucking guess, because all that matters is your free speech. But continue, my friend. Today's sponsor is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Searching for a counselor can be hard, but BetterHelp makes it easy. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. You can find the particular expertise you need online, and you don't have to limit yourself to counselors located near you, which makes it convenient. You can contact your counselor by phone call, video call, or text if that's something you prefer. Some things our counselors specialize in are LGBTQ matters, anxiety, depression, relationships, and many more. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You can also send your counselor a message at any time. After you sign up, you can start communicating in under 48 hours. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. And join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/outspoken.
If you don't believe that mind control exists, ask yourself, how does a human being get so scared, which I feel hard, that's mind terrorism, that they're in their car by themselves. What kind of terror is going through? Your body wants to get rid of toxins. That's why you drop a deuce.
I think mind control, if you want to talk about that, if you take a look at the election in 2016 and the cult-like obsession with a specific leader, I think that's mind control. You should never idolize a president. I think that's very weird and obsessive, and you should not excuse their every behavior. You can still like people and hold them accountable for the shitty things that they do. No one should be put on a pedestal like that, even the president. Like, you can hold a president accountable for things that are shitty, as we should be doing, but for some reason with this new election, it was very odd, and people were very obsessed with Trump, and I think it was the weirdest thing, because they would defend his every action. Like, you could have cold, solid evidence right in front of their face, and they would still say that he is a great person. That's mind control, and that's obsession, and that's idolization, and I don't know why anybody would ever do that with a president. That's very weird. They're the president. I mean, I guess I don't know why anybody would do that with any individual, even celebrities. Celebrities aren't perfect, and every one of us are the same. Nobody is perfect. I think it's just funny that this guy talks about mind control, and I know it's a stand-up comedy bit, but obviously there's a lot of seriousness behind it as well, and it blows my mind that some people, he's not stupid, he's just ignorant. I don't think people like this guy are stupid. I think they're just ignorant, or they could be victims of false information if they really aren't like the brightest person, the brightest bulb in the fucking box. But I mean, essentially, I would consider these types of people victims to false information, which they think is real, which is like partially their fault, but partially isn't. This seems a little bit controversial. My apologies, sort of. I don't really know.
By yourself in a car. Just,
oh God. Okay. Oh God. Oh, I hope I don't get myself sick.
It keeps your toxins to yourself, though. Yeah, if you're gonna sneeze or if you're gonna spit or something like that, and your spit contains something that's contagious to somebody else, wearing a mask is going to stop that from spreading to the other person. But if it's right there in your space when you already have the virus, it doesn't really matter because you already have the virus. This is literally like teaching a first grader. It just doesn't even make any sense. So that was the end of the clip there, and I really just wanted to show that to you guys because I don't think a lot of people saw it. I think I saw a couple of people cover this guy, but I came across this tweet. The original video was 1 minute long, and I was like, wow, this guy is a fucking gem to react to. So I did a little digging and I found this shit, but it is infuriating. It is, I mean, for sure, of course it's gonna make people upset to see stuff like that, but it's interesting to me that years into this people are still just as ignorant. But not everybody can be cool and nice like you and me. So we make fun of the people who aren't cool and nice like you and me. It gives us something to talk about, I guess. But yeah, don't be like this guy. Okay, there's facts and science for a reason, and listening to the facts and science is a good idea. I mean, well, anyways, let's move on from that nightmare because that was a headache. We're going to move on to an even bigger nightmare, and I told you I'm going to mention this briefly because a lot of people are probably sick and tired of hearing it. But J.K. Rowling just never shuts up, and I don't know what's wrong with her. I feel she always has to crawl out of her cave every few months to come out and say, I hate transgender people, by the way, and then she goes back into her cave, and then she writes a book, and then she comes out and says something again about trans people. It's just really weird and obsessive. This latest tweet that she wrote, and I wanted to read the article and I couldn't because you have to pay for it because it's on thetimes.co.uk. Anyways, this tweet, and I'm going to give you a trigger warning. The R word is mentioned here, so if you would not like to hear anything about that, you could skip ahead a minute or two. Anyways, her tweet says, war is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. The penised individual who R-worded you is a woman. And then it's a link to this article where it says, absurdity of police logging R-words as women. So I couldn't read the full article, but it was talking about, I can read this little bit to you here, and it says, police have been criticized for saying that they will record R-words by offenders with male genitalia as being committed by a woman if the attacker identifies as female. Police Scotland said that they would log R-words as being carried out by a woman if the accused person insists, even if they have not legally changed gender. The move, reported by the Scottish Sun on Sunday, comes ahead of a proposed new laws that make it easier for people to self-identify as whichever sex they want, which are opposed by some feminist groups. The Scottish government wants to remove medical checks for those seeking a gender recognition certificate and shorten the time people have to live as their new gender before it is legally recognized. And that's as far as I could get. So, based on this article, they're saying if someone is claiming they identify as a woman, although they're doing absolutely nothing about it, they're still going to be logged as a woman. Now, I have no idea how true that is. This is just simply one article, and I don't know how true that is at all. But the fact of the matter is, like, and I know I've said it a million times, it's just so frustrating to have somebody constantly up the ass of trans, right? Because let's just say some trans people are bad people. And that's a true statement. Because some cis people are bad people. Does that mean every cis person is a bad person? No. Same with transgender people. It is such a stupid concept to villainize every single trans person out there just because one trans person did something, or just because two trans people did something. That's like saying every man is bad because majority of the cases of sexual harassment comes from men. And that's like grouping every single man together and saying, well, because you're a man, you are a sexual harasser. There's obviously lots of men who have never done that. So it's like, how are you going to say that about trans people on a consistent basis? I just don't understand why she has to keep coming out and regurgitating the same bullshit. Also, like, the tweet itself, like, war is peace, freedom is slavery. I don't know why. I just feel like that has some underlying transgender transphobia. Some transphobic undertones, like war is peace, freedom is slavery. Obviously, they're the complete fucking opposite things. I feel like she's also trying to say that trans women aren't women or trans men aren't men. But that's just me being in my head a little bit. But I wouldn't put it past her. I mean, it just kind of sounds like it. I'm sure you guys saw the tweet. It was 2 days ago. It has 100,000 likes already. So thought I would share that with you just to keep up on good old Mrs. Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is annoying, and I will be here to deliver the news to you every time you need me to. Okay, also, there was this TikTok that I just wanted you guys to hear, because I just recently made a video, and I forgot to share this TikTok, but it was my favorite one.
Let me know why one of the custies came into the store and said, "Excuse me, what are your pronouns?" And I said, "They, them." And she said, "Well, they, them. The service is terrible."
That should have me laughing. I laughed a little too hard at that one. This is how, next time I have a complaint, I'm going to say that to somebody. I'm going to be like, what are your pronouns? All right, so before I let you go and live your life, I have some LGBTQ stories here. So we're going to start off with this one, and it is labeled, "Dressing Up as Freddie Mercury While Saying Gay Marriage is Bad." This happened when I was in middle school. My grade was a project that was a living wax museum. We each picked a person we idolized, did research on them, and then got dressed up as them and put on an event. Kids from other grades would come up to us and press our fake buttons, and we would talk about our person. It was very fun stuff. So it was the day of, and I was in the bathroom getting in costume with a bunch of other people. I was in a stall and came in late, so I'm not exactly sure how this conversation started, but the topic of gay marriage came up. Everyone was saying their thoughts on it, when a kid pitches in saying, "In my religion, we just don't support gay marriage." This person was saying this while putting on the costume and makeup of Freddie Mercury. I didn't realize this until later, and I couldn't get over how funny it was. That's too fucking funny. That's a story that you need to tell forever, please, and thank you. Because when I first read that email, I laughed out loud. How oblivious do you have to be? Yeah, I don't believe in gay marriage. By the way, look at my costume. Do you like it? So this next story says, I'm a gay trans man. So I'm in high school, and we get a lot of new people in my grade. And there's this one boy in my grade that is blatantly homophobic, sexist, and racist. We were in Spanish class, and the teacher was nowhere to be found, so everybody was talking to their friends. By the way, go to Christian school. He walked up to me, and I look at him really confused because we are by no means friends. He just stared at me for a couple of seconds before just point blank saying, "Why are you gay?" I was incredibly shocked, so I didn't say anything, so he repeated his question. So I, being the dumbass, sassy fuck that I am, replied without thinking, "Because one day I sneezed and nobody said bless you, so the devil entered my body and turned me gay." He looked really shocked and like he was going to say something, but then he just turned around and went back to his friend group, and everybody was so stunned and looking at me in shock. So me being a smartass said, "Bitch, go back to your fucking Spanish." Then me and my other gay friends laughed and just went back to talking, as did the other people. Yeah, I'm dramatic. I just thought this was funny. No, that was funny. That was just the fact that you mentioned that you're in Christian school and then you said, yeah, by the way, the devil. Oh, fuck. This is why you don't talk about the devil. See, this is what happens. Something just fucking got thrown across my room. I'm just kidding. I accidentally knocked down my mic stand. It's just so fucking funny because because of the context that it is in. As a golden, you probably scared that guy so bad. He's probably terrified to come near you now. He thinks you're the devil. So this last story says, in 2020, I had this art teacher who's a Christian, but not one of the good ones. About halfway through the school year, I told her and all of my other teachers my preferred name and pronouns. She was the only one that didn't respect that. She dead named me the day after I messaged her about it, so I messaged her again calling her out about it, but I was still respectful. From that point forward, she only called me by my last name and stopped calling roll call during class, which she did every day. At the end of the year, I messaged her again, calling her petty, and said that she can't even give me basic human respect. And after the year ended, I never talked to her again and never saw her around. But one of my friends, who's also trans, is taking her class now. She's doing the same bullshit to my friend that she did to me, and I'm very protective over my friends, so I was pissed when I heard this. I went up to her classroom after school, but she wasn't there because she goes to a middle school afterwards. I asked my friend for her email, but they said to not do anything, so I didn't push them. I'm probably going to complain to the principal, though, eventually, and see if anything will come out of that. But for now, I'm just going to be there for my friend and try to make him smile. Yeah, this is like, some teachers are so ignorant. I don't understand. It's like, kids have had nicknames in school, regardless of whether they're trans or not. Like, someone's name will be Richard, and then Richard will say to the teacher, call me Dick, and then the teacher will listen, even if that person's not transgender. So why is it so hard for them to do that when you're a transgender person and you're trying to use a different name? Because Richard and Dick don't sound the same at all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are you so angry that you have to call a trans person by their new name? We obviously know the answer because of transphobia, whatever, but just such a big deal. Honestly, if I was you, yeah, do what your friend's comfortable with, but if you wanted to be like to the principal, hey, I went to this school last year, or whenever you went, and Mrs. Bitchface was very ignorant and I'm trans, and then she dead named me on purpose. If you wanted to write like a professional email, you could even do that too. It all depends on what you want to do, but she's going to continuously do this to more and more LGBTQ individuals, whether they're gay or trans. She's going to show some form of disrespect, which is ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, even if you don't say anything, someone's eventually going to say something about her, because she's not going to be able to get away with that for too long. So yeah, that is the end of our stories, the end of today's episode. If any of you want to submit any stories, you can submit them to outspokensam@gmail.com, and I might read one of yours at the end of an episode. So thank you all for listening. Sorry that there is no video feature today as well on YouTube. Honestly, I'm sitting in the dark. I just wanted to sit in the dark with my hood on, hunched over in a chair. I didn't want any bright lights in my face, so my deepest apologies, but you will see my face next week, and I will look beautiful for you. Okay? You're welcome. I'll see you all in a week. Bye-bye.